Let's start with Liverpool, shall we? And we understand they're ready to offer striker Diogo Jota a new and improved deal to stay at Anfield. The Portuguese forward currently has 3 years left on his contract and has got 34 goals in 85 games for Liverpool. Nubed, we'll come to you first. Good morning. Would this be a fair reward for what's been an excellent spell at Anfield so far?
I think so. I think Liverpool are trying to learn their lessons from the Salah and Sadio Mane situation, where they ended up in a standoff with two of their best players. And I think also Jota has done very well. Klopp doesn't get many signings wrong, and Jota bedded in. I think the big thing about Diogo Jota was when he arrived, there was a feeling that, where has this deal come from? I don't think Liverpool fans expected it, and then he's just hit the ground running, as has Diaz, as has Nunez now. And I think for Liverpool fans, they'll be delighted to see one of the main forwards sign a long-term contract and not have the same issues of the summer just gone by.
Do you think it's also a reward for what it's been an excellent signing?
Yeah, as I said, I think Jota came in and the feeling always was Salah, Mane, Firmino. And I think the biggest praise to him is he broke that front three up and he's now, a lot of the times when you mention that front three, Jota, it always becomes a four. Jota's name is always mentioned. And I think you have to say he scored plenty of goals, he's got a few assists as well, and in all competitions he turns up for Klopp and Liverpool. He's become Mr. Reliable. You can almost rely on him to score a goal off the bench or when he starts.
Kwaku, Nubed touched on there what will be one of the great forward lines in the Premier League era, Salah, Mane and Firmino. But what we've seen over the last 6 months or so is a regeneration from Liverpool. Luis Diaz arrives in January, Darwin Nunez this summer, and suddenly those old three, Mane is gone, Salah's got the new contract, but there are new faces at the top of that formation for Liverpool.
Yeah, and Klopp's done a fantastic job in terms of rejuvenating that front line. Like you say, when Jota came in, you're kind of questioning where is he going to fit into this Liverpool side. At Wolves, his output was okay. It wasn't what it is now at Liverpool. He was one of the most deadly number 9s in the Premier League on his day. Incredible in the air. And like you say, with the incoming of Darwin Nunez and Luis Diaz last season, who hit the ground running, it's just another great signing. Again, it's almost as good as a new signing in terms of getting Jota on a new contract. And we're going to see a very different Liverpool side this season. 2
points we'd like to hear from Liverpool fans on this morning. Use the hashtag transfer talk. Number one, what is Jurgen Klopp's best signing? Because we were discussing Jota before we came on air, and there are so many options from a Liverpool perspective. Question two I'd like to hear from you from, and Michael, I'll throw this to you. What now is Liverpool's best front three?
Oh, wow. Wow. I mean, has Klopp done all his business as well? That's what I'm interested to know, because he says it has. But what's interesting for me, that Diaz was actually a signing for this summer. That was the plan. But Tottenham Hotspur and West Ham came in for him in January, and that's why they did it 6 months early. But I don't know. Klopp's best three?
I imagine it looks something like, for sure, Salah on the right. I imagine Diaz off the left because he's a natural out there. And to me, at the moment, pre-season suggests it's Firmino through the middle, but Jota is currently injured. I think when Jota returns, it will probably be Jota through the middle. Nunez and Jota rotating a fair bit. The brilliant thing about Diogo Jota is he can play right, left and through the middle. He's also played as a false 9 and as a 10. So you've got this sort of very versatile player that Klopp will find a way to fit in.
Do they have enough, though, as the season goes on? Champions League, all the...
How much more do you want?
Yeah. It's an abundance of talent, and it's going to be all about rotation. You mentioned it there. It's about rotation, about bringing in different players to do different jobs for different games. And we saw that. We saw a slight inkling of that in the Community Shield, Man City versus Liverpool, when Nunez came off the bench and he did the job. And I feel like we're going to see Jota, we're going to see Nunez, we're going to see Diaz rotate. I think Salah's a constant. In the biggest game, Salah will always play. But the other players, the positions are up for grabs.
5 subs this season as well.
Exactly.
So that will play a big part.